With social media now favoring those who can come across as more authentic, you're going to need a way to put together powerful scripts, but in a way that you come across as a good communicator. And that shift is because of certain people in the information space, course sellers, coaches, teaching people how to go viral and just sharing plain value I could probably get from GPT itself. So as a freelancer trying to make content because you understand the opportunity, I'm going to teach you the framework that has basically taken me from 0 to 1.6k followers on Instagram. It's not just followers, it's people inside one community pushing for one mission. That's the difference between those course sellers and you after you watch this video. And after the video ends and you write your first 2 to 3 scripts using this framework, you will be able to write scripts in less than 10 minutes. So if you are a newbie when it comes to creating content, this is going to be a very big perspective change when it comes to what goes on behind the finished video. Number one, faster than using GPT, because GPT scripts are replaceable. Anyone can go in there and write them. With the 10-minute scripting framework, it takes less time and no one can write like you can. Number two, you're going to improve your camera communication skills. This is what we've been talking about for the past minute or so. If you can come across as authentic, but also speak in a tone of confidence, people are really going to want to follow you. Because remember, people follow humans, not GPT scripts. Lastly, this is perfect for beginners. It's going to train your writing muscles and get you to the point where you're writing content that actually converts and performs and brings in clients, people you want to meet. If you do find this helpful, press that like button because it basically helps share these videos to people like you who need this. So let's actually go into what 10-minute scripting is all about. Number one, you're gonna wanna pick a storytelling structure. Now, I'm not gonna leave you to do that. I've actually created and curated these structures over the past year. So the first structure is the short form hero's journey. If you aren't familiar with what the hero's journey is, it's basically the infamous storytelling framework that movies and Netflix all use. Now, I basically just shortened this to short form content, but the main difference being instead of starting at the start, like once upon a time, we start with the end, because this is where the hook goes. You want to start at the end of the story and give direction for the video. Now, obviously that is a lot to do within the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video, but write out your hooks by yourself and then just test them for these 3 things. Give direction for the video. So where is this video going? What is it even about? Open a curiosity loop. Usually that actually involves writing the hook and then removing something so that people are curious about what happens. The most important part is start with the stakes. If people don't feel like the story actually has stakes to it because they think it's just going to be a happy ending and they honestly don't care about where you're taking them with this. Now we want to set the context. We've got them hooked. They want to watch the video, but the important part is giving them context that actually moves the story forward. So now we move on to the journey, the main body of your video. And this is where we start to build tension by using cause and effect. This happened because of this and now this is happening, and basically build tension with the story. Where is this about to go? What that's basically doing is putting together this massive picture of what's about to happen. The breakthrough. What I want you to do is give the details. What did it feel like after the transformation? Because remember, a story is actually change. If there's no change or transformation, it's not a story. You're just telling people information. So think of this as the climax, where emotion in your story is at the highest, where attention should be at the highest. The contrast is just about to give up and I fucking did it. That's what you want to basically show in that part of the video. And then lastly, the payoff. Do not think about this as a payoff for you. Think about this as a payoff for the viewer, right? So what are they actually getting from this? You've told this story for a reason. As business owners, we don't tell stories just for the sake of telling stories. We tell stories for either connection or conversion. So now they're actually emotionally invested. And if you did a good job, they probably saw themselves. So the way you want to structure the payoff is, if I did it, why can't you? And that is the storytelling structure. Now we're going to move on to actually how we script these videos, because I've never actually seen anyone do it like this. Before we even begin, we want to set in stone the actual story that we tell. Now, what I want you to do is answer all of these. Who is the hero? So your customer. What do they look like? What's the problems they want to solve? Then we've got the villain. So that's the actual problem or the thing stopping them from getting a certain result. Then we've got the guide. So what story can you tell about how you've actually overcome this problem? And then the plan, basically free value that you're going to give at the end of the video, whether that's a lead magnet, a YouTube video, whatever it may be. Now you need the stakes. Remember how we said it's important to add stakes to a story? Because if we know, for example, at the end of Avatar, that everyone's going to be fine and nothing is going to happen, we probably wouldn't watch the movie. Like, the first 10 minutes would explain it itself. So we want stakes. What is at risk if they don't solve the problem? And then the transformation. So what is the difference between point A and point B? So these are the story pillars. which is basically picking a structure and now bullet point your story into this structure. Don't worry about how it sounds on camera. Don't worry about even if the sentences make sense. Bullet point your story down as much as you want. That is the main thing, because we sort out the clutter in the next step. So what I want you to do is not throw away your script or delete the whole Notion page. I want you to go through and delete the points that literally do not add to the story or make the messaging unclear. And I think this is the most important part, because this is gonna really change the flow of your video. I've had it where I've actually removed something from a script before, and then when I go into then when I've gone to edit my video, I've actually removed another thing. We don't want to miss out on certain thoughts that we might have, and we don't want to put it past us. It might be that you're thinking, oh, should I do this, should I not? Just write it down. Literally just write it down. You can figure out after in this step. So that is the 2 steps for the exact system I've actually used to gain 1.6k followers on Instagram, and has allowed me to script content in less than 10 minutes every single time. Sometimes I've even taken 2 minutes to do it. But there may be one thing that you're wondering in terms of content. How do I actually craft a powerful hook to go with it? I mean, I told you a couple points, like you need curiosity and you need direction, but how do we actually do this? And I've spent the last year basically studying the psychology of why people actually pay attention. I would give it to you, but it's literally a whole video in itself. And the main point of this video is basically for you to start scripting content. But however, I am going to give it away pretty soon for free in a YouTube video just like this, but I haven't actually made it yet. If you want to be notified about that, literally subscribe, turn your notifications on to see that video when it comes out, so you can actually add this and make your scripts even better. Now, what I want you to do is go out there, write some really good scripts with that framework. Bullet point, do not script. That is the point of this framework. I want you to get better at communicating rather than writing. Give me a message if you're actually struggling with this and it wasn't clear on how you can actually use this to script videos, because I will help you. This is literally what I do. So start building that personal brand, because that is what actually separates a freelancer to a business owner. And last but not least, if you are a freelancer with the skill to actually deliver great results for your clients, but do not know how you're going to scale to 5 figures and beyond, there will be a link to book a call in the description where we'll basically go over and figure out how we can do that for you, and if you're actually a fit, and if you are, we'll move forward from there. That's basically what we do. We do skill to scale. That's what we help freelancers do. And if you don't think you want a 15-minute call, I've got a YouTube video that should pop up hopefully now, where I explain how we took a freelancer from charging $30 an hour to basically making 7.4k in cash. Go scale, go build your personal brand, go write some scripts, or bullet point some scripts, should I say, and I will speak to you soon.